Thanks.
One scary game.
Huh?
There's gonna be one scary game, another game of Cali and Rock Springs again.
Yep.
I record like this. That actually worked, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if you could get that top part of Zoom in every once in a while. Damn, the girls love him. The girls love him.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Risky Field on the campus of Cheyenne Central High School, where the Rock Springs Tigers and the Kelly Walsh Trojans gonna battle it out again for the fourth time this season.
Yeah, that's not gonna
A split in the regular season. Kelly Walsh won in penalty kicks at the regional tournament last weekend up in Jackson. And now they're meeting for third place here today at Cheyenne Central at the 4A Boys State Soccer Tournament from Cheyenne, Wyoming. We're going to bring you the first half of the boys game, and then we're going to move over to Cheyenne East and do the state championship game for the girls between Rock Springs and Thunder Basin. So halftime bell rings. We'll sign out, get you to regular programming for a
Where's
moment,
my
and
gray
then we'll be
blanket?
back on the air.
Where's
The
my
girls' game
blanket?
is scheduled to play at 1 o'clock over at Cheyenne East. Of course, there's a girls' third place game in front of that. That's why we're a little bit late getting to this game. Laramie and Cheyenne Central went to PKs before this game, and pretty exciting game out there. Once again, the officials kind of took over the game in the overtime period. A couple of penalties called that I would venture to say iffy penalties, but we got to fix the net down on Kelly Walsh's side here really quick. So making sure everything's set with that. The side judge says they're good to go.
Everything feels good about today.
Yeah.
Gets the all clear from the goalies or keepers, net minders, and we're set to go here. So for the Tigers, they'll have Jesus Duarte and Carson Curtis in the back row. We're going to go with William Hamilton, Dano Hernandez, Jared Swafford, and Mario Mendoza on that far side. Coming with Jim Bitcha, Junior Benitez, and Josh Sosa up in the front. The goalkeeper today for the Tigers, Hudson Conrad. As the game gets underway here, Kelly Walsh will throw the ball in. They're moving to the goal to the west, or to Warren Air Force Base side. Rock Springs will be moving to the east, or downtown. Ball skips in, that's tapped away by Carson Curtis out the end line, and will be a corner kick for Kelly Walsh. So Kelly Walsh will have a set piece right off the bat.
Hey.
45 seconds in here. We'll look to lift the ball. Comes in low. That's tapped away by Bitcha. It'll come back outside to Kelly Walsh. They'll fit it back through. That'll be settled and then shot over the top by Holsheiser, and that will be a corner kick. They say that Rock Springs got a foot on it. And we'll do it all over again here. 2 minutes into this one. Kelly Walsh lost to Sheridan yesterday 2-0. Well, Rock Springs lost 3-1. Kelly Walsh dumps it inside, and then the ball comes over the net one more time. Shot over, and that's by Jimenez. And Tigers will have a goal kick here coming up. A little bit better day today, weather-wise, for the soccer teams. Didn't snow overnight. As Davies sends it down to Sosa, and Butler battling for it. Sosa will come away. They're going to call a foul on Kelly Walsh there, and Tigers going to have it right at the corner of the 18 box.
Damn, why are you all over here?
Sosa will fire it. Allaire knocks it down out the end line, and will be
good. That's good.
corner kick coming up for the Tigers. They'll take it from that far corner away from us here as we look at the action. The action taking place to my right, down to the east goal, as Tigers Benitez will fire this one in. Puts it high, lands in the middle, it's tapped back, Sosa gets it back in, and ball's knocked down by Allaire and taken away. That was close to get to that line down there. Ball come clear outside, and Hollinger will skip it out of bounds, and that'll belong to the Tigers. They'll throw it in along this near sideline, work it up to Hernandez, and a foul comes in on
Over.
Kelly Walsh.
What?
He grabbed him to the shoulder and pushed him down to get out.
Oh.
Ball be skipped away as O'Neal will gather it in. Leave it outside for Klungness, and an offside call as Barclay got there a little bit too quick. The Tigers held the line there, and Barclay was a man over that line, so we'll come clear back up to the top of the offensive zone or defensive zone, whichever way you're looking at it. 5 minutes in, and we are at zeros on the Anvil Well scoreboard. Barclay skips it, work it back in the middle. That's taken down by Curtis. Come away to Bitcha, and Mendoza will gather it in. Work to the far side to Benitez. Benitez trying to work outside against Jimenez. Does try to fit it through, and O'Neal with the steal. He'll bring it back to the top of the offensive zone for Kelly Walsh.
Get it, Jerry.
As they run in, Barclay stops it, tries to fit it back to O'Neal, and that is cleared out by Mendoza. Come back to Kelly Walsh. Hollinger will skip it through, heading into the box, and then Curtis will get there. He kicks it away, and that'll come back outside to Hamilton. And Sosa with a high kick.
Is that not allowed or what?
Hudson
No,
Hollinger
because you can hit them in their head.
ducked just in time there to get out of Sosa's way. Sosa moving away from the ball, just put his foot up trying to get to it, and Hollinger coming on. No ill intent there. Ball's kicked into the 18 box by Kelly Walsh, and then it's cleared by Swafford. And it'll come outside to Benitez. Fly out the sideline and belong to the Tigers on the throw-in. Mendoza launches it in. It'll come away to Kelly Walsh. Work it back to Butler. He'll fit it up ahead to Barclay on that far side. Come to the 18 box, looking to center it. He'll bring it inside the box, skip it inside to Butler.
Good.
Tapped away. Good work by Hernandez down there. Comes back outside to O'Neill. He'll skip it across to this near side to Hollinger. Hollinger works to the 18 box, tapped away by Hamilton. Hollinger fits it in. Barclay can't work with it, and that's tapped away by the Tigers.
Oh my God.
Foul's going to come in on Kelly Walsh, and the Tigers will have the kick at the top of their defensive zone. We're in the 7th minute here from Risky Field, Cheyenne Central. Rock Springs Tigers, Kelly Walsh Trojans battling out in the 3rd place game. Teams split the regular season matchups. Kelly Walsh won the game last weekend at regionals on penalty kicks, as coming away with it is Catchpool. Catchpool fits it in the middle to Barclay, tapped away momentarily by Duarte. Back outside to Catchpool, come away to Jimenez right at the top of the box. Mendoza battles for it, and then coming through and knocking it out of bounds is Davies for the Tigers. Kelly Walsh will have the throw in the 8th minute here of this first half.
Good.
Tigers clear it. It's going to come back to Catchpool. He fires it
Oh
to
my
that
God.
far side post, and that'll skip out of bounds. The goal kick for Rock Springs. It was a good fire by Catchpool, just trying to catch Hudson. Almost got a nap in there, but the ball was outside the post, and Hudson will take the goal kick here. Fire it into the midfield. It's dropped back in by Kelly Walsh as they work right to left, heading to the west goal. Hollinger tries to work it to O'Neill, misplays the ball, and that's going to skip all the way to that far sideline and go out of bounds. Should be Tigers throw in. It is. Bitcha sends it outside to Sosa. It's knocked down by Jimenez, and he'll take it down on that far sideline. Skip it up ahead. Columnus working against Benitez down there. Go out of bounds and belong to Kelly Walsh on the throw in. 0-0 on the Annabelle Wells scoreboard. 9 minutes gone in this first half. Ball's tapped back outside to Butler. Back to Butler at the top of the 18 on that far side corner. Tapped away by Mendoza. Come in the mid. Hernandez will head it away. They'll come outside to Benitez. Benitez met up by Hollinger. He'll kick it out of bounds. And a throw in for the Tigers. Davies pops off his foot. It'll come back to Hernandez. Hernandez will fit it through to Swafford. Swafford leaves it up ahead to Davies on the run.
Davies.
Trying to work through, and a foul comes
Unbelievable.
on Davies. Should be a foul. Davies was hanging on to Evanson
Ugh.
there and trying to make some space. 11th minute. Billy Walsh will launch it into the mid. Hernandez skips away. That'll go right to Curtis, though. He'll handle it, and then they work it to Hernandez. He's going to work it off to Swafford, and then Hamilton works it up to Bitcha. Work it. Benitez. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ouch. Junior comes up a little lame there. He's already got tape on that right hamstring anyway. As Barclay gets it stolen away from him by Carson Curtis. Good job. Didn't take the bait on the fake, and Kelly Walsh throw in though. Hollinger Works to the 18 box, fits it in the middle to O'Neill, then work it back outside to Holshizer, and then work it to Jimenez on that far side. Just outside the numbers, working to the sideline. Work it up ahead to Klungness. He'll work it to the box. And a foul call comes in as Klungness trying to make too much space there, and Mendoza will boot this one away. Goes in the midfield, Bitchett trying to knock it away, finally does. He comes away with the ball. It's going to be stolen back by Butler. He'll head up through midfield, work it off, try to work it back to Butler, and then they kick it through on the run. Benitez will capture it. He fires one in.
Good,
That's
Junior,
knocked
that's
down by
good.
Lair. And once again, Benitez favoring that right hamstring. Ball come away to Hollinger. He'll fit it through to that far side. Klungness trying to gather it in. Mendoza there messes up his plans, and Duarte will kick it away to Swafford. They'll work it back outside to Mendoza. It's going to work along that far sideline as Tigers work it up. Sosa on the run along that far sideline. He's going to stop his momentum, work it back toward the middle, boot it away to Benitez. They're going to work it back through, trying to get it to Hernandez. Kelly Walsh skips it away. Comes away to Catchpool, Hollinger, and then to O'Neill. O'Neill fits it through, tap it away to Catchpool, fires, and that is outside. And a goal kick coming up.
Why'd you say good to that?
I don't
Catchpool.
know, because he didn't make it.
I think he could have touched that one time, I think, and got it just a tad closer and settled that ball. He got too much of a hurry there. We work to the 14th minute here. Tigers and Trojans all knotted at zeros here in the first half. Hudson Conrad fires it into the mid, trying to work it to Sosa to that far side. Sosa seems it from going out. No, he doesn't. That's going to be a throw in for Kelly Walsh on that far sideline. Jimenez will fire the ball in. Knocked away by the Tigers. It'll come away to O'Neill. O'Neill gets to the top of the zone, fires back to that far post and just misses. Barclay was coming on that backside as well and just couldn't get there. We work to the 15th minute. These two teams, it's been an adventure with these two teams playing this year. Would have to venture to say Kelly Walsh has probably had more possession time in the Rock Springs offense or defensive zone and throughout the season. The Tigers have found a way as Hamilton will lose control of the ball. Comes away to Catchpool. Catchpool gathered in by Hamilton at the end line. Hamilton will step in, tap it away, and William will send it up ahead. That's taken down by Holshizer, and then the Tigers steal it back as Montez shakes it away. He's going to get it taken away by Hollinger. Hollinger will tap it away to Catchpool. He works it in the middle to Butler. Butler to the outside to Klungness. He's going to send it back to Butler inside the box. Fires. And that's going to skip all the way through and go out of bounds. And will be a goal kick for the Tigers. 16th minute here in this first half. Tigers and Kelly Walsh battling it out here in the third place game. Substitutions for Tigers as Hamilton will check out. Brandon Hernandez checks in. Swafford moves back to this right side defensively. Montez with the ball up front. Trying to send it up through to Davies. That's knocked back by Kelly Walsh. Kelly Walsh, catch pull, good footwork. Works it through, and then Hernandez comes back, steals it away, and then catch pull will get it again. It's tapped down by Curtis, and he'll send it out this far side. Good work by Carson. Catch pull will throw it in for Kelly Walsh. Works it in to O'Neill.
Get it out. Good, Don.
Sent away by Hernandez. Clear up into the mid. Menes will settle that ball. Sosa on the run. He'll tap it away. That ball skips away from Holsheiser. Sosa battling for it. Falls over on the ball, and that'll be sent back in by Kelly Walsh. Barclay on the run. He can't get there before Duarte kicks it out that far sideline. It'll be a Kelly Walsh throw in. On that far side, right at the corner of the 18. Duarte will clear it. Didn't get what he wanted to on it. Come back to Hollinger. That's knocked down by Hudson Conrad, and he will pick it up and send it away for the Tigers here. Way up into the Kelly Walsh zone as
He did.
Holsheiser will finally get a hold of it, send it out that far side. Sosa quickly into Hernandez. Brandon trying to work it away to Davies. Davies spins around, gets it away from Butler. Davies will work it to the top of the box, leave it off for Bigga. He'll fire one, and I think he just missed the field goal to the left side of the post. Got underneath that one and airmailed it, and that'll be a goal kick for Allaire and the Kelly Walsh Trojans. We're in the 19th minute here from Risky Field in Cheyenne Central High School. You listen to Rock Springs Tigers Soccer on KREO Radio, 93.5 FM, 307country.com, Jamestown, Green River, and Rock Springs, Wyoming. Rock Springs Tigers and the Kelly Walsh Trojans battling it out in the 3rd and 4th place game from the 4A state tournament in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Good, Jim.
Field, Cheyenne Central High School. Jim Bitya working with the ball. Foul will come in on Evanson. He's not quite sure what he did. I'm not quite sure what he did either. I thought they were just battling for the ball. Sosa winds up, sends one. That'll be tapped away by Butler. Go clear to that far side, and it'll be a Rock Springs throw-in. Right at the corner of the 18 box. Mendoza will fire it in for the Tigers. Send it to the box. Sosa will spin at the top of the box. Flip it through. Montez fires. Oh!
Joe!
Kelly Walsh got there just in time. I believe that's Holsheiser got a foot on
Try it
it.
again, try it again.
Montez just wasn't in a good spot to kick that ball when Sosa found him wide open too.
Open your business.
It'll make you sick.
It's either your crane next.
Kelly Walsh will send it through. O'Neill on the run, but Hudson Conrad will get there. And Conrad will send it up ahead, trying to find Davies on the run. Davies working, will collide with Allaire. And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See how right here was pushing.
that'll be a foul on Davies coming in. Referee trying to explain to Braden that he was pushing. I think he was being helped there by Holsheiser.
Dude, you weren't recording.
Caesar! God damn. Scare me.
Welcome to
I always get you with
mid. He'll try to fit it back through. Bit you after it. He'll
It's
come
'cause
away
knowing
to
me,
Kelly
I
Walsh.
probably
So
would
working to
forget.
that far side. Working it to Pike. Out on that far side. Tries to dump it back. Not enough touch. And Duarte will clear it up ahead to Sosa. Sosa on the run. O'Neill tries to stop the momentum, and it Does, goes to Hollinger, and O'Neill will bring it back through. That'll skip away from Hernandez, and Hollinger will leave it back to O'Neill. On the run, coming through is Harris, and he was offsides. Charlie Messias looks to be getting ready to check in. Also, John Parker set to check in as well. Ball coming away to Davies. He heads it outside to Montez. Can't catch up to it. And that'll belong to Kelly Walsh on the throw-in along this near side as they work to the west goal down to my left. Tigers working to the east goal down to my right. Ball will skip through. Montez and O'Neill battling for it. Hollinger will work it back to Hollinger. Skip it through to Holshizer. He'll send it out to that far side to Jimenez. And he'll work it up. Challenged by Mendoza. He skips it away. Comes away to Sosa. Sosa works it back to Mendoza.
Please,
Mendoza
Mario.
fires it through. Davies trying to get there, but Allaire gets there a
They should've let
skosh
Mario
ahead
score.
of Davies.
They should've let Mario
And Sosa closing in on that one. And Kelly Walsh will come back. They'll work it through the mid. O'Neill will send it up ahead, and that'll be got in by Hudson Conrad as we reach the 23rd minute here from Cheyenne. Tigers and Trojans knotted up 0 apiece. Tigers substitute, bringing John Parker and Messias, as I said earlier. Mendoza will bring the ball in, skips off the official, and drop ball here for
Are those the same refs?
Tigers.
Yeah, but it's a different one in the middle.
Sosa trying to work against Jimenez. Jimenez just pop it out that far sideline, and
Did you just switch?
Sosa will
Yeah.
hand the ball off to Mendoza. He'll throw it in for the Tigers, try to work it into the 18 box as they work right off the corner on the throw-in on that far side. Jimenez heads that one away. Hollinger on the run. He's going to try and
Run,
gather this
John.
one in.
John, come on.
Parker with the challenge. Hollinger will skip it up ahead to O'Neill. O'Neill will work it up through the mid. Tries to fit it through to Harris. That's knocked down by Swafford. Comes outside to Parker, and O'Neill will come away with it. Parker O'Neill against John Parker. Parker. Mendoza with the ball. That's tapped away by Pike, but Mendoza will keep it and work it off to Duarte and work it to Benya. He'll work it through the mid. And Hernandez tries to fit it through. Sosa was there too. Messias is knocked down.
Charlie.
Sosa will tap it away. That's going to come away to Hollinger. He'll try to work it outside to Harris, and that's the far sideline. And Benitez will check in for the Tigers, and Hamilton will also check in as well. Swafford with the throw-in here. We're in the 25th minute of this third place game. Barkley taps it away from Carson Curtis on the run. Carson, he gets to it, taps it back to Conrad, and he'll send it clear into the midfield.
Love it.
That's tapped away by Butler. Messias will run for it, but Hollinger is going to capture it.
Oh.
Little back kick, good footwork from Hollinger. He'll work it through. Up to Barclay. That's going to be tapped away by Curtis.
Oh. Chill
Curtis
it.
slips, falls. Now come away to Hollinger. He'll work it into about the 30-yard mark. O'Neill fires a shot from the far side, and that'll be a goal kick for the Tigers as it comes out the end line. Mind everybody, we're going to do this first half, the boys game, and then we're gonna move over to Cheyenne East, get set for the 4A girls state championship game between Thunder Basin and Rock Springs. Second year in a row, the two teams meet in the championship game. Third in a row for Thunder Basin. Lady Tigers won last year, defending state champions. 1-2 over Thunder Basin. Benitez along that far sideline, taken away by O'Neill. He'll work it up to Barclay. Barclay looking for a center, or Pike, excuse me, and a center through Hudson Conrad. Good work by him. If he didn't come out on that when he grabbed that ball, Harris would have had a point blank. On the run, Messias trying to get to the ball. It's going to skip away and go out of bounds as Holshire sends it out of bounds. And a substitution for the Tigers here.
I'm so proud of him.
As Raul Hernandez checks in, or Raul Mendoza checks in. Swafford set to throw the ball in on this near sideline. Skipped away. Sosa trying to get to it. Tapped away by Butler. Butler will bring it through the mid, send it up ahead, trying to find Barclay skipping through. That'll come away to Swafford. Hollinger will get it in the midfield. Messiah's trying to get a call. Not going to happen. Messiah taps it away. It'll come to this near sideline. And be a throw-in for the Trojans. Launched in along this near side. Tapped away by Hernandez. Fall away to Catchpool. He'll leave it to O'Neill. Hollinger with the ball. He'll skip it into the mid. Tapped away by Mendoza. Trying to work it away. Comes away to the Trojans. O'Neill fits it through. Working it to Barclay. Point blank. And I believe... Nope. He just missed it wide. I thought Duarte might have got a foot on that one, but they say no. And a goal kick coming up for the Tigers. We are 29 minutes into this first half, and the Tigers and Trojans, as they're apt to do, zeros on the scoreboard in the first half. O'Neill spins away. Sosa will come back. He'll capture it, work it off to Mendoza. Raul will tap it away. Comes away to Carlson of Kelly Walsh. Swafford. Hollinger battle for it. Hollinger takes the dive and gets the foul call. The referee tries to explain there was a push, but I think he just blew the whistle and he's like, oops, I gotta call something now. O'Neill, high in the air, into the 18 box. Ball is tapped out of bounds by Barclay. It'll be a goal kick for the Tigers. Hudson Conrad will send it up into the midfield. It's tapped away by Kelly Walsh. They'll control it there. Work it back to Carlson. Work it up ahead to Catchpool. Catchpool centers it through. Barclay trying to get a header on it. Come away to Duarte. Carlson will keep it back in as Hollinger get a hold of it. Works it outside to that far side to Jimenez. Go out of bounds, belong to the Tigers on the throw-in. 30 minutes exactly into the first half. 0-0 on the Anvil scoreboard. Tigers, Trojans battling it out in this third place game. Trojans has really possessed the ball most in this first half. Clock will stop and a yellow card comes in.
No way.
2 yellow cards.
2? Jim and Jim.
Jim is talking back, I think.
Jim.
Referee did not like what Benitez or Bitcha had to say to him, so they both rounded up yellow cards. They'll both have to sit. As the referee comes down and explains what happened to Coach Winland. I think Coach Winland likes the explanation now.
Joe.
Oh, for some officials being in charge, they really have thin skin.
I didn't see what happened, Junior.
I didn't see anything.
What happened, Caesar? Do you know?
So Kelly Walsh will bring it in. It's going to be tapped through, catch pull. Will gather it in, sends it in left footed, backside. That's going to be shot over the top of the goal. And will be a goal kick for the Tigers. We have a substitution back in. Baker will check back in. Montez will check out. Tigers will have the goal kick coming up here. 31st minute here from Risky Field, Cheyenne Central High School. Tigers and Trojans. Hamilton tries to get to the ball. That will be tapped away by O'Neill. Works to Butler. Hollinger. Going to send it back to Hollinger. Skips it to Holsheiser. Skip away from him momentarily. Bitcha tries to run it down. And it's worked up along that far sideline. Kelly Walsh fires it in. Hudson Conrad down to a knee. Picks it up. And he's going to just send one up. See if the Tigers can run on underneath it. And the Tigers were about 15 yards away. And Hollinger steps in with a header. That gave me a headache watching that ball come right to Hollinger's head. Ugh. If you hit it right, it's not that bad, but man, take one off the nose or on the top of your head, leaves you seeing stars. Butler on this outside. Ball's taken away by Sosa. Butler, Sosa gets it away. Bitya tries to work it up to Hernandez. It's going to be skipped to the sideline. Butler saves it from. Nope, he doesn't. They're going to call a throw in for the Tigers. Tapped out. Hollinger works it to Butler. He'll try to work it to O'Neill. Oh, it's just spinning like a top there and comes back down to Kelly Walsh. He'll try to work it through to Barclay. Hamilton knocks it down. He tries to work it ahead. Hollinger. We've got a ping pong match going here as Duarte clears it.
Good, Raul!
And then Raul Mendoza will boot it away to Hamilton, trying to fit it through to Davies, taken down by Hollinger. They try to work it through to Barclay, and then it's sent back in. Bitcha with the ball. He'll work through, trying to tap it away to Raul Mendoza, and then away to Kelly Walsh. O'Neill with it now. Works it top of the zone. In deep, Barclay. Good slide by Hudson. Almost lost control of the ball. He finally found it there right at his knees, and that's the best pressure Kelly Walsh has had in this half. As Hudson will send it up ahead. Davies lost the ball in the sun. I know, we haven't had a lot of sun. The first day of Thursday, we had a great day. It was like almost 70 degrees here in Cheyenne. Yesterday, after the snow and rain, today the clouds are parted and we've got a little bit of sunshine here at Risky Field in Cheyenne. 34th minute into this first half, the Tigers, Trojans, all zeros. Tigers going to work it through the mid. Hamilton boots it up ahead. Davies on the run for it. Holsheiser's going to get there first. Send it out of bounds. Hamilton will throw it in for the Tigers here. And no, he is not. Mendoza will throw it in. Tigers on that far sideline. About 5 yards up from the 18 box. Mendoza launches it in. It'll come to the backside. Sosa was just waiting there. He'd seen too many of those. Swafford will knock it back in on the run. Allaire will get to it. I'm going to call an offsides on the Tigers anyway. I was wondering if Davies and Vitcha were offsides on that one. And Caden Allaire is going to boot this one up into the midfield. It'll be tapped away by Hamilton. That'll slide out of bounds. And Kelly Walsh will launch it in. Carson Curtis. Oh, tries to tap it away. It's knocked down. Come away to Kelly Walsh, and then clearing it will be Duarte. I think if Carson had his druthers there, he probably would have booted that back to Hudson Conrad. That comes away to Davies along this near sideline, and it'll be booted out by Kelly Walsh's Hollinger and the Tigers' Mendoza. As Ezra Moses will check in. Swafford will throw the ball in. We reach the 36th minute of this first half. Tigers and Trojans all knotted at 0. Hollinger, or Catchbull, excuse me, works along this near sideline. That's tapped away by Swafford. Yeah, I thought it was out of bounds. Off of Swafford. Ball will be skipped through. O'Neal. Nice slide tackle by Hamilton. That'll come back to Hollinger. He'll try to send it through. Ooh, Mendoza got to be careful there. He was over the top. I'm surprised that foul wasn't called.
Literally dragging down.
He came over the top of Columbus on that one.
Oh, dang it.
37th minute. Foul called on the far side of the field. Kelly Walsh will bring it from right to left. They're working to the west goal here. Let everybody know we're gonna back up and move over to east as this first half draws down. The 4A Girls Championship game rolling for you here momentarily. As the Lady Tigers face off against Thunder Basin for the second straight year.
Oh, corner.
Always beat out the end line by the Tigers, and there will be a corner kick coming up for Kelly Walsh. Hollinger will set it down here, and Kelly Walsh take their own sweet time. Kelly Walsh likes to play the ball short. That's tapped away. Conrad going after it. Taps it away, and then it goes into the goal. And Kelly Walsh will get the first goal of this one as they go up 1-0 over the Tigers. Conrad had it. It skipped away from him, and he tried to get back to it. And, well, they're going to have a conference here on that far sideline.
Pretty sure he kicked his hand.
And they do call it a goal. Good job by the officials. They
It's okay, Hudson.
beat up and talk about it. And Kelly Walsh will score in the 38th minute.
It's okay, Hudson.
And they go up 1-0 over the Rock Springs Tigers here from Risky Field in Cheyenne. kick it away here. The clock has stopped with about 1.5 minutes left in the half.
So much pressure, dude.
Sosa works it off to Bitya. Taps it back to Mendoza. Mendoza's
Bro,
going to work it back
25 is
to Duarte.
crazy.
Trying to flip the side of the field, and Curtis will end up with it now. Work it to Hamilton, back to Duarte. Work it back to Hamilton. Tapped away by O'Neal, then off to Hernandez. Under a minute to play in this half in the third place game. Tigers down 1-0 after a goal in the 38th minute. Tigers will have the throw in. Mendoza will launch it in for the Tigers from that far sideline. Works it to the box. It's headed away by O'Neal. Come away to Clungness. Mendoza trying to get the ball away from him. He does. Mendoza taps it away, and they're going to let that play on. Hamilton will come up, headed away. Sosa there. Ball tap off him and go out of bounds on that far sideline. And that'll end the first half as the Rock Springs Tigers down 1-0 to the Kelly Walsh Trojans. We